Hey everyone, Crazy Jimmy here. As I promised, I'm going to try to break into some other stuff in here besides, the private presses and the Acid Archive stuff, which I do a lot of, and I'm going to continue to do a lot of, so don't go away. But I do want to feature some, I also love alternative indie, the mid to late 80s, the 90s stuff, primarily. Got a lot of stuff I have not shown from that grouping, which is kind of behind the camera. But I'm just going to kind of reach in and do some random polls. And, I'm going to pull, say, 10 records or so and show them and talk about them a little bit and go from there. So hopefully you enjoy this little segment. So why don't I get started? I'm just going to kind of reach in, grab. All right. The first one I grabbed is an original pressing of the Pixies Doolittle, and this one has the cool hype sticker right there. Sorry for the glare. It's in the shrink as well, but let me go ahead and pop this out, show you the back. Now I own the UK and the US, both originals. I find the US pressing, though, is a little more dynamic, a little more pop, a little more drive, a little more slam. There's the back. It's in the shrink, so there's going to be glare no matter what. There's the old hyper sticker and the actual vinyl. I think this one might be translucent when you hold it up to light. Maybe not. Maybe not. I know I do have one that is, but this one is not that. But yeah, what a great album from this Boston band. Just superb. And as you know, one of the Deal sisters went on to form the Breeders, another great 90s indie band. But, the Pixies started out in the 80s and, really changed, alternative music. I mean, Kurt Cobain and Nirvana will be the first, was the first to tell you that the Pixies really had a huge influence on Nirvana's sound, so certainly no surprise there. Oh, you know what? This must be the translucent one. Is this one? It's got the audiophile vinyl, so that's the clear translucent compound. Got the name of the compound, but yeah. So there's that one. All right, let's go ahead and reach in. Yeah, I'm going to reach in the same area. What are we going to pull out? All right. Man, I haven't heard this one in a long time. Prefuse 73, one word extinguisher. And this is actually a lot of people's favorite from this, we'll say group, but I think it's just one guy, if I remember correctly. But this is, a great, kind of reminds me of, the band Avalanches came along after Prefuse 73, but that's what this brings to mind is, the tape loops and the cut and pasting and the sampling. I believe this is a double, yep, it's a double record. Pull one out. But yeah, this has a lot of sampling, and it's one of the better at that, along with the Avalanches, which I absolutely love as well. Now, is this my favorite Prefuse 73 album? It's up there, but I like the one before, their first one with the bicycle on the front. Forgot the name of it, but I have it in here. But yeah, that's probably my favorite. I like the one that came after this, even though a lot of people kind of pan that one. That one I also like. So I own all of them. I own those 3 or 4. I think I got 4 from this band. So, but yeah, if you like samples and stuff like that, here's the one I was trying to tell you about. This is probably my favorite. Their first one, also a double album. Prefuse 73. So yeah, if you like sampling and glitching, and it's cool. It's electronic and there's vocals and it's kind of psych. It's kind of psyche. All right, let's reach back in. Let's grab something from up top here. Oh, wow, I haven't heard this in a long time. Boyracer. This is more songs about frustration and self-hate. And this is a UK band. And this one's on original pressing on red, translucent reddish orange vinyl. Probably orange, maybe red. I'm a little colorblind, so I think it's supposed to be red, but it looks orange to me. That's red, isn't it? Or maybe orange. But yeah, Boyracer, just a great 4-track lo-fi band, you know, that was doing, you know, doing it the UK way, but kind of, you know, reminds me of Guided by Voices a little bit. But more, I would put them more in the Hood arena, Hood UK, that is. But yeah, it's just really good lo-fi indie rock, indie pop, for sure. And there's quite a few tracks on here. They load this thing up with like 18 tracks, so a la Guided by Voices. But yeah, Boyracer, and I haven't played that in ages. All right, what's next? Let's go ahead and pull from in here. Sebadoh, The Freed Man. Original pressing on Homestead. Yeah, this is Lou Barlow, formerly of Dinosaur Jr. He was on the first few Dinosaur Jr. albums, playing bass, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Lou Barlow partnered up with Eric Gaffney right there, and put this album out. This is The Freed Man. I think this is like the third one or second one. I kind of lose track. Definitely in the 80s, late 80s, this was released, or maybe 1990. This was before Jason Lowenstein came into the band, so they became before they came a band of three. It was just the two of them, Barlow and Gaffney. Gaffney takes a little bit of getting used to when he writes a song and sings, but you know, if you like that, you know, ripping proto-punk style that he puts out there, it's really cool. It's actually a good foil to Lou Barlow's sensitive acoustic tracks, which, you know, on this one there's quite a few of them where he's strumming along with voice and acoustic, and you know, his maybe drum machine. I know Eric plays drums too, but sometimes he has the drum machine going as well. But yeah, Sebadoh, Freed Man, great album. All right, let's go ahead and pick another one. Let's go over here. Just yank out what's here. We have a blank silver album, but I know this is Starflyer 59 silver. This is the silver album, I guess they call it, Starflyer 59. Right there. I have all the Starflyer 59 albums. I mean, I love Shoegaze, and they do the Shoegaze style really well. Kind of in between like grunge and Shoegaze, but really closer to Shoegaze. Maybe even a little spacey at times. Especially their first few albums. This one was their first. And then after this was the Gold album, which I have. And that one's even better than this one. But yeah, these are the most shoegazy and space rock influenced, for sure, from Starflyer 59. It's kind of a boring sleeve, so I'll go ahead and put that one back. Don't need to see that one too long, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and we'll pick here. I'm going to grab another. Just grab anything here. Oh, Cursive. I think this is Cursive. Yeah, Cursive, The Ugly Organ. Original pressing. I want to say this is was originally released like in 2005, but I could be wrong. Yeah, these are kind of hard to come by. They didn't press too many of them. I know it's been repressed, but I like my originals. 2008, Saddle Creek Records. There's the back. This is really good, heavy emo. Emotional emo, whatever you want to call it, by Cursive. But you know, a lot of people who don't like emo would object to me calling this emo, but it kind of is. I mean, it's angular too. It's a little mathy, so maybe emo and math rock kind of combined, and you've got The Ugly Organ by Cursive. But I'm pretty sure this is the consensus is this is their definitive album, for sure. So, you know, if you like math rock and emo and on the heavier side, then yeah, check out Cursive, The Ugly Organ. All right, let's go over and grab something over here. The Minders, Hooray for Tuesday. Now, I haven't heard this Elephant 6 release in quite some time. I did a whole video on the Elephant 6 Collective, so you can go back and see that, and I'm sure this was in it. If you like, you know, lo-fi Beatles, then the Minders are right, you know, they're right in your bag. Definitely a lo-fi bedroom 4-track Beatles sound. A little bit of the White Album there. It's probably the best reference on some of these. Now this one here is a little more produced than their prior stuff, especially their 7 inches. But yeah, it's really just awesome UK bedroom lo-fi 4-track goodness from the late, I want to say this is like the late 90s. Let me see if there's a date on here. 1998. Look at that. So, you know, this band came around in the mid 90s, if I remember correctly, with some really killer 45s that I picked up. And that's kind of, I think this is their first major full length, Hooray for Tuesday. But yeah, great stuff by the Minders. If you like the Beatles, I think you'll dig that. Maybe the Kinks too. Can throw the Kinks in there. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I've shown this one before. I'm going to put it back. So I don't want to duplicate anything if I can help it. All right. Wow, I haven't heard this in a while. Fritas. Original pressing in the shrink, baby. Definitely, I think this is from the 90s, mid to late 90s. Indie rock. Male, female vocals, mostly male though. But yeah, this is really good. A lot of this is, you know, was done in the 4-track. Pretty lo-fi as well. There's the back of the cover. It's in the shrink, so I apologize for the glare. Can't really see a whole lot there, but yeah, this is you know, more really good indie rock with the indie boy girl vocals by Fritas. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You know, it's been years since I've heard this album. I don't think I've played this in probably over 15 years. I really need to dig into my indie a little more. As you can see, I don't do a whole lot of that. All right, let's go over here. Let's see what we got. Whoa, oh, there's 2 stuck there. There we go. Oh, awesome. Teenage Fanclub, Songs from Northern Britain. Oh my god. What a killer album. This will remind you of spot on vintage The Byrds. And I'm talking the Jingle Jangle Byrds, not the country rock. But yeah, there is some West Coast smoothness to this as well. So I shouldn't say that entirely. This is a Scottish band, and they definitely have. There's definitely a West Coast Laurel Canyon vibe to these Byrdsian type tracks. This is a UK original pressing of this Songs from Northern Britain. One of my faves, obviously. Grand Prix is also a huge favorite of mine from them, but I mean, I've got everything they've done, you know, up to Man Made, so gotta have the original pressings as well. It's been a little while since I heard this one, but it sounds phenomenal. I remember how great it sounded. Creation Records, I think this is on as well, and everything I've ever gotten on Creation's been pretty good, except for My Bloody Valentine, which I sold. The original pressing of My Bloody Valentine's Loveless is horrible. The one before it is good, the album before it, but not the Loveless. So I had to get the official repress that was done by Shields, which sounds much better. But Teenage Fanclub songs from Northern Britain. So if you like your West Coast Laurel Canyon Birdsian type of sound, this is right up your alley. You will really love it. All right, how about we go up top? Let's see, grab up here, that over there. Fable Factory, Freak Out Hard on You. Original pressing. Again, another 4-track. I have a ton of 4-track bedroom lo-fi indie rock bands. And this is another one. And look at that artwork. Let me just pop it out. Actually, it's in the shrink. Son of a gun. You know what? I think this might be still sealed because I have 2 copies of it. Ah, it is. I'm sorry. It's still sealed. I have a second copy of it, but it's just black vinyl. But look at the artwork. This is a Elephant Six offshoot band. There's members from Elephant Six on this. It's on the Happy Birthday to Me record label, which a lot of they're out of Georgia, I believe, and a lot of the Elephant Six collective members release stuff on this label. So what a great indie label. But yeah, look at that. The cover's so cool, the artwork. The music is just like what you think it'll be based on the artwork. I mean, it's really good stuff. Kind of, you know what this reminds me of? It's a little bit like Strapping Field Hands. So, it's got that, a little bit of mixture of like Pavement, Guided by Voices, Strapping Field Hands, all that kind of put in a blender. Maybe a little Wingtip Slope. Wingtip Slope. There's one I haven't heard in a while. All right, let's grab a few more here. Whoa, here's one I haven't. This might still be sealed. Smile, Maquee, I think it's pronounced. This is some heavy indie rock, man. This is really good and heavy. I remember how good this is, and in the sleeve, the artwork's killer. Let me see if it's still sealed. It probably is. Wait, nope, it is not. You know what? I don't think I've even cleaned this thing yet. I gotta clean it and play it. It's been a while. But there's the labels. Yeah, this is just incredible, super fuzzy indie rock. That is highly recommended. It's catchy. It's kind of Nirvana-esque. Kind of reminded me of Nirvana a little bit, if I remember correctly. And I know they were influenced by Nirvana, so that will give you a good indication of what you're going to get here with Smile. Maquee, and I think this is their best. I think they released a couple, but I don't remember really liking the one after this as much. So definitely check it out, though, if you like heavy indie rock, a la like a Nirvana. But it's not really grungy. All right, we'll do a couple more. Let's go over here. Awesome. Kurt Baker, Rocking for a Living. Now, you look at this cover, and what do you think this is going to sound like? Just looking at the cover. Okay, I'm going to tell you what this reminds me of. Now, this was released in like late 90s, early 2000s, if I remember correctly. Elvis Costello and Dave Edmunds. That's what this album sounds like. It's super poppy. It's power pop, basically. So just picture a Dave Edmunds / Elvis Costello / Joe Jackson, and add more power to the pop, and you've got this album. It's so good. Actually, I have a couple Baker albums from Baker because they're really that good. You can tell he likes his Elvis Costello just by how he looks and dresses too. But yeah, if you're an Elvis Costello fan, Dave Edmunds fan, Joe Jackson, of that type of stuff, you're gonna love Kurt Baker. Rockin' for a Living. This is probably my favorite and from Kurt. And this is really good top shelf power pop. Really good. It's not pub rock. So if you're thinking pub rock, you're thinking wrong. It's power pop. and it's good. And his vocals have that little bit of Elvis too, Elvis Costello to his vocals as well. So, all right, we're gonna do one more, and I'm gonna grab it from over here. Oh boy, I can't even reach it. The Jayhawks, Tomorrow the Green Grass. Look at that. On American Records. Original pressing. You don't see this one every day, that's for sure. I want to say this was released in, what, 98, maybe? 97? I don't know. Let me see. Maybe 95? 95! 1995. But yeah, Jayhawks, and this is, you know, they were influenced by everything that I show from the 60s and 70s that, you know, is all things West Coast, Laurel Canyon, Americana, country rock, West Coast smooth, like the Eagles. Incredible harmonies from these two guys. Just amazing harmonies. This is my favorite album from them, bar none. But everything they've done, they released in the 90s and early 2000s is top shelf. You know, country, really it's country rock, indie country rock, or alt country they call it. It's alt country. So this is alt country. That's the best way to describe it. There's the original pressing labels. Do not get the repress of this. It's garbage. I think Kevin Gray remastered it, and he did a horrible job. He like smiley face EQ'd it, completely changed the sound. It's not good. So, yeah, go with the original sound here. This is pretty well balanced. Has more pop to it as well, and the mids are better on this. The mids are gone on the repress for some reason. I got rid of that thing. It was so bad. But yeah, the Jayhawks, Tomorrow the Green Grass. Great album to end this one on. But hey, thanks for watching the random pull from my 80s and 90s stuff. I really appreciate it. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, all that good stuff. Until next time, take care.